Hello there everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see from the title of today's video, I thought it would be fun to film a little prepare with me to go back to university, in which I'll show you some of the essentials that I take with me, things that I like to have, things that I've been buying. It's not really that much anymore because after 3 years I've kind of mastered my essentials, if you like, but I thought it would still be good to film something like this because when I first went to uni I know that I binged watched every video there was out there about either moving in vlogs, what to take, what not to take, pack with me's, the lot. I absolutely loved watching them and took some really cool recommendations from people that were a few years into uni as well. So I figured I'll just show what I take with me to uni and things that I'm finding useful at the moment, and it might help someone out that's due to start, as people are starting to move into halls now and it's so exciting. Anyway, yeah, prepare with me to go to university. I need to stop waffling on because this is literally the millionth time I've tried filming this because I just keep getting hot, sweaty and stuttery, so apologies for that. But yeah, let's just get into the video. So the first thing that I literally think of when every academic year is approaching is cute new stationery, and I think a lot of people are guilty of spending a fortune on this. I don't tend to buy as much now as I bought at the start of uni, nowhere near the same amount, but I do certainly purchase a few things that I use all throughout the year and I find really useful. So because of that, this year I decided to sort of invest in slightly better stationery from Paper Chase this year, which is super exciting because I've always loved the look of that shop and I've never actually bought anything from there before. So the first thing that I actually bought from Paper Chase, and the most important part, or one of the most important parts of my stationery collection, is actually a subject notebook. Basically in lectures in second year of uni I decided to go paperless with my notes, because first year I actually hand wrote my notes for every single lecture. Don't ask me why, it literally took so much time and I wasted so much time doing it. But I do find that when you're actually sitting in a lecture, the lecturers often say things that aren't included on the PowerPoint slides, so they're adding a bit of additional information that sometimes is actually really useful. So I buy these subject notebooks, and basically what I do is each different section is a different module that I take. Now Paper Chase actually had these in small ones like this. I'm not sure what size this is, A5, and they had them with 5 subject dividers in or 10 subject dividers in. I chose the one with 10 because it will last me through first semester and second semester, and I also kind of wanted a notebook for my YouTube channel, and I thought, you know what, I may as well just throw it all into the same notebook. So I'll show you sort of how I divide it up. Usually I do like to get a subject notebook where you can write on the, I don't really know what you call these, but dividers, but you can't do that in this one. So instead I've just sort of organised it by the modules that I'm taking. So I've just put stickers on the front of each divider. So this one's for my child psychology module, and then this one is for research methods module. Not a fan. But yeah, I've just divided it up like that this year, and I thought it was cool to sort of get one book for everything rather than having lots of little notebooks lying around, because that's always such a pain. This was actually only £6, which I thought, considering I've bought 2 or 3 notebooks for this in first year of uni, that would have probably totaled £6. I thought that's actually such a reasonable price, so I picked that up from Paper Chase, as I said. I'll try and leave any bits that I talk about linked down below if I can find them online anywhere, or similar things. The second thing I picked up from Paper Chase is also potentially one of the most important things that I use whilst I'm at uni, and it's actually an academic planner. So I actually picked up this little A5, oh I don't know how well you can see it. Yeah, that's, I don't know, you can't see too well, but it's basically got little flowers on it, and it just says 2021, and it's the academic planner that I'm going to be using. I really loved the inside of this, purely just because of the layout. I've never seen anything so cute in an academic planner. Again, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see, but it's got the day written in italics. I'm not too sure how well you can see that. I'll show you a little bit later on in the video maybe, but such a cute little academic planner, one that I'm definitely going to be getting a lot of use out of, and this was also £10 from Paper Chase. In terms of a pencil case, again, I don't really take that much stationery with me anymore because I do write all my notes online, but just for like writing things down in notepads and things, you always take a few little pens with you and like highlighters or whatever. So I much prefer to have these like smaller pencil cases, which they are literally tiny. This one was just £1 from Asda, and I got it in pink so it would like match the notepad. So I thought that was super cute. And yeah, as I said, I just throw a few pens and highlighters in there depending on what I'm doing during the day. And then these last two things I didn't actually like bring into my essentials until last year in final year. So something that I find really useful, and again, I don't know how well you're actually going to be able to see this. I picked up this, I can't tell you where it is from because again I got it last year, but it's basically just like an A4 carrier. It's got like elastic straps around the corners, and when you open it up you can just sort of use it to carry any papers and things that you have around with you, or any handouts from lectures. I do kind of wish I picked up something like this a lot earlier into like my uni life, because as I said, for handouts from lecturers or mainly seminars and things, that would have been quite useful rather than just scrunching it up in the bag and folding it into a million pieces. And then, as I said, as a third year psychology student, we do our own research, and I carried around so many papers and things for my dissertation research that I was carrying out. Things like debrief forms, consent forms, participant information sheets, things like that that were specific to my dis. I did like to separate from the black folder and put into this green folder. I don't really want to go through this because I still have the consent forms and things of people that took part in my study, as I have to keep them. But it's basically just a display book like that, A4, and as I said, I put in any important documents and things that I need for my study. Just slip them into here and carry them around with me on the days that that's useful. And other than that, that's like pretty much it for stationery. But something that is new this year to like my preparation for uni is so exciting, but we've actually purchased a desk. We've decided that since finishing off writing my dissertation from the sofa and not being able to leave the house, it would be really handy just to have a desk at home. Another thing that really like urged us to get one is that now we don't live in the city centre anymore. We're either going to have to drive into uni or get the bus, which driving is probably about 15 minutes and the bus is about half an hour. But it just means that you can't walk down the road to the uni library at like 8 o'clock on the evening when you're fancying banging out a study session. So for that reason, it is just good to have one in the house. Like, yeah, I don't actually think it needs that much explaining, to be honest, but we bought a desk, so I'm gonna rewind a few days to a time lapse of me and Charlie putting the desk together, and then I'll show you a little desk tour. So here's like a big overall view of our desk. It's only a small one. We bought it kind of like spontaneously from Argos. So on top of the desk we just got the lamp, which we already had in the house just as a spare. I've got my little fake plant. That's just the thing for our light in here. We've got one of those multicoloured light bulbs that changes, so that's just the switch for the lamp, and just a little tea light holder. And then on either side we've obviously just got a coaster in case one of us has a drink up here, and then this sort of area here is where our laptop or books would be situated. And then as far as the storage goes, it's obviously not like a huge desk because that's not what we wanted, and we don't have the space for it, like as it's next to the spare bed. The top shelf, we sort of just have all of the pens in these little pots, which I think are from IKEA. So we have all of our little black pens and black Sharpies. We've got a few coloured pens. We've got my felt tips because I love a good colouring in sesh. Our Sharpies, which is by far the most aesthetic pot here, wowie. and just a big range of highlighters. And then there's a little basket at the back, but at the moment there's not actually anything in that, but it just fits perfectly behind all of the pens, so maybe just a little bit of extra storage. And then on the shelf below we've just got this big storage thing. It's kind of like A4 size. Inside of here we're just sort of keeping bits and pieces that we're going to take to uni, so like my disc folder will be in here, and so will that handout thing. And then just in the bottom cupboard we've got it filled with folders. So these are Charlie's folders for her nursing courses, my certificates and things. We've got some extra wide subject dividers which are really hard to get a hold of, but we've managed to pick up some of them. And then this is just sort of where I keep important documents and things. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the desk. To be fair, we've obviously got a little bin down there, but there's rubbish in there, so trying not to show you that. The only thing that we do need to get is obviously a new chair, because this is one of the chairs from around our dining room table. That is our new little desk. As I said, I'll link it down below. I really love it. It obviously matches the whole of our house, and I think it's quite nice, dainty and cute. I'm aware that I'm chopping off half of my head here, and I literally have to be a contortionist to get down, but now that we've got the desk I do actually need to start utilising it. So as I said, the academic planner that I bought is literally one of my staples, so yeah, we'll start filling it in now, because I always find that really useful to do before I start back at uni. I like to input my lectures into the calendar and any other things that I've got going on around that. Basically my whole life is in this book, so let's get started filling this in. You know how I said at the start of the video that I was a mess? Wow, I can't believe I've actually just done this. As you've just seen, I've sat down to start peeling off the stickers from the academic planner, and I've opened up the pages ready to start filling it in, and it's not an academic planner, it's a 2021 planner. Oh god, I've just turned to the first page and thought, oh, why is that on December 2020? But it starts on the 28th of December. So yeah, I can't believe I've just done that. Luckily I do actually have another academic planner which I did buy from Wilko's before I saw this one, and I obviously haven't thrown it away. I was going to keep it and give it to my sister or my brother or someone. So I suppose what I'm going to do is use that for now to start filling in for first semester, and then I suppose I'll just save this one so that I can use it from Christmas onwards. Wow, how did I not notice that? It literally says 2021 on the front. I even showed it to the camera earlier and paid no attention to it at all. What an idiot. Let's try and find the other planner that I've got lying around somewhere. Okay, so that was slightly embarrassing. I can't believe that actually just happened, but regardless, here is my new planner, guys. It actually says 2020 to 2021 on it, which is probably a good start, and it's still cute, I'm not gonna lie, polka dotty, but now I'm kind of gutted because my pencil case matched my planner and now it doesn't. But this one's just a bit more standard, as you can see. I think I bought this in Wilko, it was £2.75, and the days are written like that, so no fancy italics, but it will do for now, and then I'll start using my paper chase one when it's time to. So let's jump forward into a time lapse of me filling in my new planner. So as I was getting to the end of all of that, I've just realised something else that is quite important when going into uni, especially now we're going into uni from a distance, is food. Not really something I thought about putting into the video, but it is actually deadly important, obviously. So I actually don't tend to like much of the food that they serve at uni. It can be quite expensive sometimes to eat out and about as well, especially when you're in uni over a lunchtime period. So I am very, very good at taking in a packed lunch with me now, but I also think it's really beneficial to have just the odd snack that you can throw into your bag, especially if you've got back-to-back lectures and you don't necessarily have time to sit down and eat a full meal. So when we went to Asda the other day, I actually picked up a few little bits and pieces that I can just sort of throw into my bag and take with me. The first thing that I always think about when I'm taking a packed lunch with me is cereal bars, because I find them so useful if I'm in a rush in the morning and don't really have time to make breakfast. So I picked up a few little different ones in Asda the other day. So the first one that I picked up was a strawberry fruit and grain bar. That was just like a little Asda one. I've never tried them before, but I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. I quite like fruity things like that. Then these are my absolute go-to cereal bars. You'll always find me munching on one of these. It's the Alpen strawberry and yogurt. And the last one I picked up, I think I've had these before, but I don't really go for like chocolatey cereal bars. I don't know why, I just much prefer berries in a cereal bar. But I picked up these Special K biscuit moments that are chocolate filled. I'll give them a go and see what I think. So I picked up those three. And something that I have an absolute weakness for is Jaffa cakes. Lauren, my cousin, if you're watching this, I'm thinking of you as I show these to the camera. But I found these Jaffa cakes in Asda, and it's like 6 mini packets with 3 cakes in at once, which I thought, that is so good, like as a standard treat anyway, because when I open a packet of Jaffa cakes, I don't put any Jaffa cakes back into the cupboard because the whole pack just goes, like, you just can't stop yourself. So having it in little packets might actually become a regular thing in the house. But for now, those are just to take to uni with me, and I will continue to eat the whole packet of Jaffa cakes in one sitting with no shame whatsoever. Another thing that we really love that we used to buy in like a multi-pack and then like take the individual packs with us, but we just couldn't seem to find them anymore, is pretzels. Now, we absolutely love these Penn State ones, like sour cream and chive. Again, I don't really know how well this is gonna go, being as they're not like individually wrapped, like for portion control, but I'll try and take a few of those out and just put them into my lunchbox. And then the last thing that I actually bought was something that I bought to take to Switzerland with us. So we bought these like sugar waffles. I've never seen them before really, but we bought these and they were absolutely delicious. So I picked those up, and that's about it really, because as I said, like, I take a packed lunch, like that stuff will last. But as I said, I do take a lunch, and I thought it would be cool to show the Tupperware that we use. We bought this Tupperware when we went to New York last year, so that when I went to supermarkets I could pick up bits and pieces and just take it out with me, and it was a lot cheaper as well. So this Tupperware is actually collapsible. We bought these off Amazon. Obviously it's got the plastic lid, and once you finish with it you can pop it back in as it was. I just took that straight out of the cupboard. But I think this is like the middle sized one. We got it in like 3 different sizes as a set. They were quite like pricey in comparison to like standard plastic Tupperware from Asda, but we find these really useful because obviously it doesn't take up too much room in your bag then once you've finished. And as I said, we've got them in 3 different sizes. We just bought them off Amazon, but I'll try and link them down below. And then even if I forget my food, I can still buy food outright. But the most important thing for me to take is my water bottle. Now, I always seem to have about like 10 different water bottles a term because I tend to break them. So I thought, I'm gonna get a good one this term. This is just the, well, I don't really know if it's got a fancy name, but it's just a thermos water bottle that I picked up from Asda. It's got like extra security on the lid because you've got like this little metal thing that stops the lid from popping up. And yeah, it's got numbers on the side, but I don't really know what those are for, like to twist the lid. But I've really enjoyed using this so far, and it's definitely a lot sturdier than the ones that I used to buy, which were the ones with the fruit infusers. So yeah, that's sort of all of the food and things that I've got to show. Other than that, I suppose the only other essential is like the bag that you take to uni. I do really like taking a backpack with me. It just depends what I'm doing each day. So I do obviously have the, I do have the Carry More backpack that I showed in my Switzerland pack with me video. But I also have a lot smaller one than that, which is just big enough to fit like a water bottle and the odd book from Mountain Warehouse, which I'll link down below because it was only like a £5. In fact, I think I've got it somewhere. Let me go and get it. Yeah, so this is a little backpack that I was telling you about. I am using it at the moment because I've got shifts this week. I'm not really sure how many litres this is, but it is, ooh, it is tiny. Like, here's the bag and here's my water bottle. If I haven't got loads of lectures on, that's just handy to take because I have to take my laptop separately anyway. So yeah, I only really take like little bits in that little backpack, and then if I'm taking more, I'll take it in a bigger backpack, both of which I'll link down below. But other than that, I don't really have any more essentials for me to show you. That is literally everything that I take with me to uni on a regular basis. There might be some things here and there, but those are my essentials. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it till the end, congratulations, because I think this is going to be quite a long video, I'm not too sure. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe down below, and please leave any suggestions for other uni content that you'd like me to film. I'm so excited to go back to uni, but also quite scared, so let me know what you want me to film and I'll get cracking on with that. And other than that, thank you again for watching. I've said that like 3 times now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!